you'd like to start?
Hi, Ollie. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
Just wanted to ask you about David De Gea after his significant contribution to the West Ham Premier League game. He spent a period of time out of the team last season. How much do you think that helped him in terms of redoubling his efforts to be your number one? And indeed, also, was that an intention to perhaps redouble his efforts to be your number one?
You know, he did call me this summer to end his summer holiday earlier and come back and start his pre-season before, because he wanted to be ready. He wanted to be the best possible version of himself. Of course, last season was a challenging one for David, as he didn't play as many games as he normally done. That was because Dean came in and did really well. So I'm fortunate that I have those options. Now Tom's come in as well. But David has really worked. He's been so focused. Physically, he's better. Mentally, he's better. And I think, you know, when you feel that you've done the work, you get personal bests on quite a few physical tests. I think that gives you confidence and gives you more motivation and inspiration. And playing in front of, or in behind, sorry, he plays in behind a strong back four, but he's, you know, to play in front of David when he's in this form is also good for them.
And Dean Smith said, leading up to this game, that he was excited to face Cristiano Ronaldo because clearly it's a challenge for him. It's a challenge that he's excited about. But how will that be a pattern that develops over the course of the next few weeks and months, that teams are desperate to stop a player like Cristiano Ronaldo? And how do you have to manage those expectations as a result?
No, I think Cristiano has been used to that ever since he came to the club, but maybe more so, say, his last 15 years of his career, because he took his first few years. I think everyone wanted to try to kick him because you wanted to stop him, and then he became such a top player that all the teams would have to have an eye on him. His record shows already what an impact he's had with us. And he's ready for that challenge. He's so used to it. So no worries. But we're a team. We know we're more than just Cristiano. And the players that I've got to choose from, I'm sure they would also enjoy if they have had too much of an eye on Cristiano. It might be space for others.
Simon Stone.
Hi, Ollie. Just a couple of things. Just on Cavani. Where is he at the moment with his fitness, and when is it possible that he might be able to play again?
He's in the squad tomorrow. He's been training, and now he feels ready to contribute. Of course, he came on against Wolverhampton. Then he got a slight strain in the international break when we had a game there, and now he's ready again, and he's worked really hard and diligently, as he always does, and hopefully he'll have an impact as he had last season.
And just on a wider perspective, it was announced this week that clubs are going to be allowed to trial standing at grounds from the 1st of January. Clearly, Manchester United are in a position where they may be able to do that. Would you hope that happens, because there's been a lot of Manchester United fans down the years who feel there should be an element of standing in stadiums now?
Yeah, I think I know that we are all, or the club is supportive. We want to trial that. I think as long as the safety is in place, standing gives, for me, sometimes the atmosphere builds, and when you stand up, you're more passionate and emotional, and so I'm looking forward to trialing that if everything goes to plan.
Keith Downey.
Hi, Ollie.
Hi.
Can I just ask you about Cristiano again? Obviously, he was involved in a couple of penalty incidents last week. A couple of mistakes, I think, by the referees they should have been given. But do you worry at all moving forward that might be something that might go against them? That perhaps referees might think that's something that he's looking for?
No, we just have to hope that we get what we deserve, and we should have had 3 penalties in the last 2 games. I don't know, but there was a certain manager last year who was starting to worry about us getting penalties, and after that it seems like the decisions are more difficult to give. But surely I've seen a big difference since then on. But that's we just have to leave it up to the refs, and hopefully they'll make the right calls very soon.
Can I just ask you one more about your press conference today is coinciding exactly with the Ryder Cup starting. Does that suggest that you're not that interested? I thought you might have been with your compatriot being there in Victor Hovland.
Finally, we've got a Norwegian, but it's too late for me to really jump on that bandwagon. But we're proud of what he's been doing, of course. But no, I won't be biting my nails for sure. I've got more things to worry about and spend time on.
Damien Spellman.
Hi, Ollie. Just going back to Cristiano, given what he's done for you already, has he already made himself virtually indispensable to you?
You know, we knew he was going to have a great impact on and off the pitch, and Cristiano is still so professional. The discipline he's showed throughout his career to make the most of his career, I think that's going to rub off on his teammates, and of course scoring goals will only help that impact. So been delighted. He's a different man now compared to when I played with him, of course, and he's been absolutely top. And his work rate, his attitude into games, and the communication. Of course, he knows he's not going to be able to play every game, but that's a good chat for him to have with me when he feels like he won't be ready.
And just with Edinson as well at 34, with all his vast experience, I mean, you couldn't have a more experienced and effective strike force almost.
No, of course, it's exciting, and it's exciting to see them two together. I'm sure that'll be a good partnership as well. Wanting to be on the end of things, we've seen, of course, some teams dropping deeper against us, not giving us as much space in behind, and that's definitely 2 boys that you'd like to have in and around the goal when that's a scenario of different games. So I can see them 2 working well together.
Michael Gray.
Hi, Ollie. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great, thank you.
Ollie, you've obviously started the Premier League season and you've not lost a game so far. How would you assess it so far? I know it's early doors.
Yeah, it is early doors, but it's important the first, say, 2 months until this international break that you've not given teams a head start. And so far, 13 points, that's a decent return. We've scored quite a few goals. Still things to work on, definitely, we know that, and there'll be bigger challenges ahead. But we've laid a bit of a foundation to build the momentum, and of course that's what we hope to do against Aston Villa. They started with the first game was a defeat, of course, but then they've really hit form, and I think they've deserved more points than what they've got.
Thanks, Ollie.
Cheers. We've got last one in this section for Per Carlson.
Yes, thank you. Hello, Ola.
Hi.
So you're talking a bit about your goal scoring there, and this season you have been scoring 14 goals from 7 matches in all competition. That's not bad, but on the other side, you've only managed to keep a clean sheet for one time in your last 15 competitive games, and at the same time conceded 22 goals. Is that something that worries you, and how do you guys work on that?
That just shows the angle you're looking and thinking, and what others are thinking. I'd rather score 4 and concede 1, or 5 and concede 1, and 2 and concede 1 than winning 1-0, of course. But 4 goals conceded in the first 5 league games, not too bad. We're still working on the cohesion, of course, with the Rafael coming in. So work in progress. Of course, we want to have clean sheets to build performances from as well, because we know we're going to score goals with the forwards we've got. So hopefully I can answer at the weekend with a clean sheet. Who knows? But it is being worked on, of course.